Welcome to the London Sinfonietta's Composition Challenges. In this series, we invite young people, teachers and schools to create new music for the London Sinfonietta, inspired by the works and musical ideas of living composers. In this video, we'll explore many different ways a composer creates music. We are commissioning you to write new music for us. We want to hear your musical ideas and compositions. Take part in our composition challenges, see what you can create and send it in to us so that we can share or perform it for you. A composer is someone who is interested in the world and the sounds around them and uses sound to communicate their ideas and feelings with other people, just like a writer uses words or an artist might use paint. Being a composer means thinking about why you want to create a new piece of music, who are you writing it for, how will you do that using different sounds, structures, and musical techniques? Composers have to plan and make decisions, but they also experiment and invent, trying out lots of different ideas and playing with sounds until they find or create what they are looking for. Then they write down their ideas so that other people can perform them. One of the most exciting and special things about live music is that the unexpected can happen. Some composers write very detailed instructions for their musicians, while others give the players more freedom and choice in what they play. For example, they might let the musician improvise by choosing what pitch or rhythm to play, or they can leave sections of the music up to chance. The musicians choose which order they want to play the sections in, and the musical term for this is Aleatoric music. When composers have a musical idea, they have to work out how to communicate their ideas to the musicians to play them. How will you communicate your music so that the London Sinfonietta can play your composition? Why not create a musical map? Have a look at this piece by Mira Calix called Nunu. Mira instructs the musicians to imitate the sounds of insects on their instruments, provides the musicians with some musical material, and invites them to play solos. Mira uses a timeline along the top to show when the different sections should take place. What do you think the 10 sections mean? Is it seconds, minutes, or another amount of time to be agreed between the performers? Look at the arrows Mira has drawn on the page. In music, these are often instructions to get louder or quieter. Do you think that's what the composer wanted here? Or is there another part of the music that these symbols could relate to? Let's look at another piece of mapped out music. In Waterwalk, John Cage uses a musical timeline, with numbers along the top of the piece indicating when the musician should make that sound. This piece features lots of unusual instruments. Can you guess what they might be from their symbols? Now it's your turn. How will you fill in your musical map? Mira Calix sets up a texture in the opening of her piece, where the musicians imitate insects. In music, texture refers to the number of musical lines, their density, thick or thin, and how they interact with each other. Listen to this piece by Ligeti. How would you describe the texture? Can you imitate it on your instruments? Are there long notes that slowly change, fast ones that weave between each other? Now listen to Horizon by Joanna Bailey. What can you hear in this piece? Just like Mira Calix, Joanna Bailey has recorded sounds from the world around her. What sounds can you hear right now? Could they inspire your piece? Now think about what textures you would like in your piece. Try experimenting with different sounds on the instruments available to you. Write down descriptions of the sounds you make and then improvise your own texture. In music, texture is made up of combinations of sound. No one sound is more important than the other. Now let's explore ways of making your composition stand out. Have a listen to Zoe Martlew's Wicka Wacka Ow. Can you join in?
When I'm feeling wicka wacka ow.
When I'm feeling wicka wacka ow.
When I'm feeling yeah.
When I'm feeling yeah.
When it's going woo woo.
When it's going woo woo.
Yuck 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 yuck.
Yuck 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 yuck. Again.
When I'm feeling wicka wacka ow.
When I'm feeling wicka wacka ow.
When I'm feeling yeah.
When I'm feeling yeah.
When it's going woo woo.
When it's going woo woo.
We know what to do.
Another way of creating live interaction in a piece of music is for one person to ask a musical question and for the other musician or musicians to respond either by copying the call or responding with something similar that they improvise. Have a go at creating your own call and response moment. Imagine your call is a question and imagine that the response is an answer. What would happen if you repeated your question 3 times? You could try varying your answer. The first answer could be simply yes or no, one short sound. The second answer could be a bit longer, a musical version of something like, I'm not really sure. The third answer could be much longer, like an explanation. Alex Paxton is a composer and trombonist who uses moments of improvisation within his scores. In Candy Folk's bass drum, Alex is playing the trombone and improvising a solo over the top of the choir and orchestra. Alex is playing with great energy in these places, using some very high and low notes and being very busy. When you are playing a solo, you can be as energetic and as ambitious as Alex is on his trombone. If you are playing a non-pitched instrument like a drum or a tambourine, make up, compose, improvise a short idea, maybe 4 or 5 notes long. Give it a distinct rhythm, combining long and short sounds. You can use a sentence to get you started, like, listen to this fantastic sound. You can repeat this motif on different parts of the drum. Are you going to add anything to accompany your solo? Perhaps you could use a texture you've already created to put the solo over the top of. Now let's make your musical map. Use as many elements from the activities in this video as you like, but think about the order in which everything happens. Are there other musical elements you could add to your map? Perhaps you have material from another composition challenge that you could add in. You could go on a musical journey with stops along the way at each of your musical moments. You could create a game where each square is numbered. How will the musicians choose which square to play first? Will they make up a plan? Or could it be random using the roll of a dice? Will it be clear to the musician what order to play the elements in? Will you leave it up to them to decide which order to play in? Or will you make it aleatoric and leave it up to chance? You could number each section 1 to 6 and instruct the performers to roll the dice. We want to see and hear your compositions, so please send them to us at compositionchallenge@londonsinfonietta.org.uk. You can also find out more information about us and watch the London Sinfonietta perform at www.londonsinfonietta.org.uk. We look forward to hearing your music soon. Happy composing!